theories here, Joe. I'll quickly go through what I think are the possible things that happened. Obviously, I think number one on my list is he decided to try the PCT through that area with the bad weather, the high snow. A lot of the signs were covered in snow, and he didn't have a GPS on him. He didn't have a very good ability to track his location, and he got lost and succumbed to the elements or fell in those conditions. If he had made it out of that area, he would have descended into the Mojave Desert area. So I think a second real possibility is dehydration. Once he got into the desert area, maybe he was trying to find one of those water caches and it was empty. And
cache.
You
always say cache.
I know.
Like quiche.
Cache. Water cache. So I don't think foul play, though. I mean, it's always possible. I think there's so many people hiking the PCT. There's only been, I can't remember exactly how far back, but there's only been 12 murders on the PCT going back decades.
We did that one.
Yeah. And if you think about how many people hike it, like through hike it, and that's not even counting all of the other people that are, hiking on and off of it.
Section hiking and people who are just in the national parks
that are around it. In a national park
it.
And hit it. That is a pretty low number. So could something have happened to him? Yeah. Wasn't an animal attack. The only real, black bears. I don't know if this part of the area, the PCT even has black bears. It may, it may not.
I don't think we should even speculate.
Yeah, we're not going to speculate. We don't know. But, I think probably accident, weather related, and his lack of experience probably really hindered him. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm 50-50. I want to think that there's a criminal element when he was in one of the towns.
Yeah.
But I feel like it'd be more likely they would find a body or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's why I'd say it's 50% that. Otherwise, 50% he got lost in the trail, either going down the snow, misnavigating, doing something wrong. That's going to be my two best guesses. I think 50% foul play, 50% got lost in the trail.
Yeah, I'm not going to go foul play. I'm not riding that train. But
all right.
I think this one's an accident is very likely, or exposure due to the cold.
And just
snow.
In a really low traveled area, and unfortunately.
Well, and maybe, being that he wasn't very experienced, and maybe some of the more experienced PCT hikers knew the conditions were bad, so they waited or they went around.
Yeah.
But he knew to do this in the Sierra Nevadas. I just don't know that he thought this part was going to be that bad. And, maybe he made it out of there, and the reason why they didn't find him in the search was because he was out of this jurisdiction. And he made it into San Bernardino County and perished in the desert.
Yeah, maybe.
But, yeah, it's you got to think that there's enough people hiking this area that his remains will be found at some point.
I hope so, but I also just think, too, 99 Palms and Joshua Tree, where that was a very short path, and it took them years to find that guy.
Yeah.
So you're in a potentially way more remote spot.
And if all the signs are covered up, up in the mountains, and he doesn't know where he's going, he could have easily just walked off trail.
Yeah.
And
inexperienced, you just don't know.
And this area is probably not, I'm speculating now, but I'm guessing like the San Jacinto Mountains with the PCT running through it, it's probably not a big area where people, backcountry hike off the trail. You probably just have a ton of people going up and down the PCT.
Yeah.
So if he mistakenly walked off the trail and perished, he may never be found by another hiker. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe foul play, maybe aliens, maybe Bigfoot. We'll get into Bigfoot.
I've never heard about Bigfoot down here.
No.
That's not his habitat.
Chupacabra.
Yeah, Chupacabra. Chupacabra.
Chupacabra, that's Arizona, I think.
And Mexico.
Oh.
Border towns. Yeah, I'm 50-50. I can't decide. I think, he was green enough that he could have made a mistake.
Yeah.
But he was still in a populated area enough where it could be foul play.
I think 4 other hikers had to be rescued in this time period.
That's what leans me more towards that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really unfortunate. I hope they get their closure.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do you have anything to add, Jim?
I don't really. Okay. I was trying to think of, I don't know, what's your off the deep end?
Off the deep end. I don't know. I wasn't even.
See that this is one of those weird ones where it just doesn't seem like anything really fits.
But I'm not getting that.
There's nothing crazy.
Feeling like I have no clue what would have happened. Like he was trying to hike through an alpine trail in bad conditions potentially. And
it's more just make sure you're prepared when you're doing this stuff. I think that's kind of like the takeaway from all this.
Yeah.
So.